クロス C は誰かのためじゃなく自分のためにつけるもの。この時計は今日の私らしさ。シチズンクロス C 桜ピンク。
Welcome everyone to Nagoya and the final day of competition for the Junior Grand Prix final. And Nagoya has about 2.3 million people. They have been just wonderful in hosting this special ISU event in this Olympic season. I'm Ted Barton along with Mark Hanratty, and we're about to see the junior free dance coming up in just a few moments. Mark, 6 teams. It's going to be interesting.
It really, really is, and for so much of the 3 days of competition, we have been referencing, of course, the Olympic Games, but for these skaters, this is a huge, huge moment for them on what will hopefully be a very long trajectory towards their own Olympic experiences beyond the 2026 Olympics in Milan Cortina, as we see the scenes from IG Arena outside. Spectacular facility, not just inside, but outside. An incredible structure that has been the perfect location for this very incredible event.
It's been a beautiful day. It's a little chilly out there, but a blue sky. It's been spectacular, that's for sure. And this is going to be such a great day of skating in the juniors and the seniors as we close out the competition. Of course, tomorrow there will be the gala. That's always a lot of fun. We'll be covering that as well.
And now we head into the next few hours of ice dance realm. So we've got juniors and seniors back to back.
So let's talk a little bit about that, the difference between juniors and seniors. We did that in the pairs event as well, and we'll get to that during the warm-up perhaps as they get set in just a few moments to introduce the athletes. And you know, for the folks back home, they're going to see obviously some lifts and some step sequences, a little bit more free form, some storytelling with the music and whatnot. So sit back and enjoy that. But Mark, talk a little bit about what they can expect from a technical sport perspective.
So the ice dancers will be showcasing a couple of lifts. There will be a twizzle section element as well. There'll be a 1-foot turns element. And then there will be a step sequence in hold as well, alongside some choreographic elements of which the skaters can embrace different options to showcase the best grades of execution, the grade of execution, the quality score, which is so important in ice dance. And the judges have very clear criteria regarding features. They have lists of different features that they have to see from the teams to give higher points. And all of the skaters that we've just seen backstage know only too well what's necessary for success. It's just one thing knowing it, and another thing delivering it when it counts.
So Mark, if you were to take a junior program that we'll watch in just a few moments and move it down 3 years from now, same program, same team, what would you see different?
In terms of how it would progress in the future?
Yes, exactly.
So in which instance then the speed, the ice coverage, and the depth of the edges, those are the judges who would decide that. So the scale for the program component scores from 0 to 10, of course, and the skaters in senior will be pushing towards 10 maximum points. The skaters in this event in the junior category were in the 6 to 7 range, and that a reflection of the amount of speed and ice coverage that they have, and that the differentiation.
And certainly probably for the folks back home watching this, the expression of the athletes, you know, the connection to the storytelling, if you will, just more mature and more precise.
Yeah, totally. Although, having said that, the leaders after the rhythm dance, Hannah Maria Aboyan and Daniela Besseduca, they are feisty in terms of their delivery.
But 3 years from now, they're going to be...
Yeah, for sure.
There we go, as we get the drums started for the introduction. And really a wonderful presentation. You're seeing some great shots here by the television coverage. Our first team, they represent Canada. Leila Delion and Alexander Brandes had a tough rhythm dance.
Yeah, they kind of crashed into one another a little bit in the twizzles, and that's the reason that they find themselves in 6 out of the 6 teams. But I love this free dance.
And our next team, they represent France. Dania Moden and Theo Bijot.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
You know what? You can rely on the ice dancers to...
Yeah, oh, they'll dramatize everything.
Yeah,
here we go. Absolutely. And our next team representing the United States of America, Jasmine Robertson and Chase Rollner. Gonna need that little LED screen at home. Hi, I'm back. Right? It's great.
Yes, and the ISU working so hard with the events team to make sure that they are showcasing these skaters at the very best. And on the LED screens, the Instagram handles of the skaters are showcase to help them amass more followers and more support. And that's something that the ISU is really trying to do, is put an athlete-centered approach to support these amazing humans and gain more traction for the brilliance of what they offer.
Yeah, and I just want to offer up, we've had a lot of discussions, Mark, not only throughout the season, the Junior Grand Prix, but particularly in the last few days here. I've been involved in work with the ISU for, many, many years. I cannot tell you how excited I am about some of the vision and the things that they are working on. This sport, it's sort of like having a really, really nice house, which we have here in the beautiful sport and all of that, and then getting a wonderful renovation in the home that you already love. And this sport is going to continue to grow, and I think that there's some very exciting plans. No decisions yet, but the vision that they have, the effort that they're making, the commitment that they're making is really very, very exciting.
I would so support everything that you're saying, Ted, because I hear online, the fans of the sport, there's so many people that have a passionate opinion about what needs to change, and I hear this reform the ISU, but you know what? We're here and we are seeing the staff, not necessarily the skating educated parties that are involved in the decision making, but the people involved in supporting the sport and the athletes. And I can totally firsthand corroborate what you've just said, is that the athlete-centered approach is definitely evident. And there are many people that we have been speaking with here that are going to support these skaters as much as they can and support the sport. We're conscious that as we watch Dania and Teo, conscious that the world of sport is changing the way it's viewed globally. The world of viewership is changed really in the way in which we amass kind of our concept for viewership, and there are lots of people really keen to make sure that the skaters on screen and all of the skaters are viewed more.
Yeah, and I don't mean that it's going to be perfect, and I don't mean that there won't be people that'll grumble here and there's no question, but the effort that has been made to take a look at what we currently have and how to improve it is really extreme, and I think it's just great. We need that. The time is now, and I think it's a great work that they're doing and will be doing in the future as well. As we take a look at Jasmine Robertson and Chase Roner from the United States.
And as we watch Jasmine and Chase, great to see again a team that have support, that have traveled all the way to be here in Japan supporting them. And I think I mentioned in the rhythm dance, I just find it so fascinating, the story of Chase Roner. I mean, Jasmine Robertson, she looks stunning, she's elegant, she's wonderful. I don't know her backstory as readily, but Chase Roner is a triplet. He was born 11 weeks premature, and his siblings both have cerebral palsy, but it hasn't stopped them being really high-achieving humans. His sister competes internationally in para-equestrian dressage, and his brother, who has had 13 brain surgeries, competes in adaptive showcase skating, and they're all here supporting Chase and Jasmine, and indeed as are his grandparents. I know I touched on it yesterday, but his grandparents are 79 and 89 years young, and they've traveled out here to Nagoya, Japan, not just to support, but also making a pilgrimage to come and visit a place where his grandfather previously worked 70 years ago.
My gosh, it sounds like a sort of a mini movie. It's so much intrigue and interest, and such great family support. And of course you need that. Every one of these skaters, every one of these teams has a whole group back home, not only their family, but also their colleagues, their friends, their schoolmates, all of that, watching and supporting them.
Well, in terms of the people that support for the first team that will compete, Leila Villian and Alexander Brandis. Leila competes in Synchro 2. Kara Moyer coaches the Ice Ignite Synchro team, I think that Leila is part of. And I'd like to think, I don't know for definite, but I'm pretty sure that the Ice Ignite Synchro team are going to be eyes glued to the screens watching and supporting Leila and Alexander.
And if they are, we shout out to them for supporting, and all the other skaters around the world who competed in the Junior Grand Prix, and many of the teams that didn't make it here but were participating on the Junior Grand Prix. We shout out to all the fine work that they have done throughout the season.
And actually, on discussion of Synchro as well, where we're just hearing today that there are new developments within Synchro, team of 9. So great to hear that it's been revealed on the ISU, on the website, that there'll be further developments in synchro skating as well, as we continue to push all the disciplines.
It's an exciting time, but we have to get through this year. It's the Olympic season, and much more to come, of course. This kind of, in a way, as we see Scott Moyer, the two-time Olympic champion there, and such a nice gentleman, and a guy not only in skating but in life for these young skaters. And I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The first group is finished and ready to go. Okay. A challenging rhythm dance for this team, but they're back on the ice here for the free dance. Leila Villion and Alexander Brandes of Canada.
And I just so thoroughly enjoyed their free dance when we saw it earlier on the Junior Grand Prix series. Music from the Four Seasons, and look out for the 1-foot turns. It's a wonderful element. They showcase such ice coverage, and that will open this program.
Mark, you can see that sort of sigh of relief and that pleasure, that, you know, feeling of pride of laying down a really good free dance here in the final. It has been a good season for Leila and Alexander, and a wonderful experience here shared with the likes of the senior teammates, Pepper Gillies, Paul Poirier.
Yes, and for Leila and Alexander, a team that have been together for 11 years, they've worked so hard to finally qualify for the Junior Grand Prix final, and then having achieved it, they've had a roller coaster of emotions with the disappointment of the mistakes in the rhythm dance. So now the joy and relief, taking them to the, sort of riding the crest of that wave now.
I can see their coach, Scott Moyer, happy with that performance. And who knows better the journey that a two-time Olympic champion coming from juniors.
Yeah, and Scott's mum, Alma, was the coach that paired this partnership together 11 years ago. Now, in terms of this, their free dance, it's wonderful music offering a whole backdrop of different energies. And in terms of the composition, judging criteria says that they need to showcase varied and intricate body and skating movements. And to me, just the composition, the construction of it really showcased that. There was a definite variety in the energy of the movement. As we see the back pivot to conclude those 1-foot turns, which covered so much ice. Just a level 1 on their 1-foot turns for both, and a level 1 on the diagonal step sequence. So from a technical element score perspective, it's not their finest, but I think more than that, it's a celebration of making the final and skating well, having had disappointment earlier.
It's such a long journey to move yourself up into senior, and then the senior quality. Every little detail has to be taken care of, and they're just partway through this pathway.
Yeah.
It doesn't all happen at once.
And actually, that's interesting. This team have said, they've been vocal saying their goal is the Olympics. 11 years together already, and they've said however many years it takes, they'll be fighting for more.
There you go. 93.01 for Leila Veliant and Alexander Brandings of Canada with a 145.73 total competition score. Yeah.
When the coach says proud of you, that's good.
Absolutely. Our next team, they represent France. Dania Moaden and Theo Bijot.
Another team that have been together for so long. And their free dance, Nature Boy and Bad Guy, a music choice by their coach Barbara Piton to try to expand and develop them as artists.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They said he wandered very far over land and sea. A little shy in the sight of eyes, but very wise was he. And then one day, a lucky day, he passed my way. Then we spoke of many things, fools and kings. Then he said to me, the greatest thing you ever learn is to love and be loved in return.
Oh, they look pretty happy with that performance. Talk about a change of rhythm. The music and motion were matched so well in sort of two halves of the program.
Yes, completely. And for Dania Amrad and Theo Bijot, it's such a moment for these two young people. I took the headset off so I was able to absorb what was happening in the audience, and I couldn't believe the reaction to each of the elements from this Japanese audience. There was applause from the straight line lift, and then each of the elements, even those less conventionally spectacular, incurred applause, and then the crowd totally embracing the bad guy Billie Eilish track. And after the rhythm dance, Dania Amrad and Theo Bijot had acknowledged what a joy it was to skate here and be in front of this audience, and they've just had an even greater reaction.
Dania,
She just said it's super crowd.
Dania wears that smile so well throughout the program. She brings pure joy.
And amazing back bend there, but from this moment here, the crowd was with Dania and Theo in the straight line lift, and you know, not all experiences are the same. This is unique, I'm sure, to Dania and Theo, because you know, you don't get an opportunity to perform in front of thousands of adoring fans as they have just now, but this will surely be a motivation for them to continue to push their components as we see the rotational lift. And they're off shot now. They are speaking to camera, or speaking, sorry, to the audience on the mic, and you can just see how excited the 16 and 17-year-old are. Special stuff.
Yeah, I think they bring a freshness, and it's going to be interesting to see them develop over the next few years. We can see some innovations, some uniqueness about the personalities and the teamwork as well.
And again, in our pursuit of acknowledging all those behind it, Barbara Piton has been their only coach and the choreographer as well. And she has, I know that, you know, like with any elite athlete, there are pitfalls along the way, but Barbara, as we saw in the Junior Grand Prix series, is so supportive of them as humans as well as skaters.
First of all, that's the right thing to do. And if you do that, you're going to get more out of them, because they know there's a connection. They know that you care about them first as a person, second as a skater.
Yeah, they have trust.
Well, their season's best is 95.78 in the free dance.
They said incidentally they didn't have a goal for this event. They just want to showcase themselves.
Okay, well there you go. No pressure. Just go out, enjoy. And they're going to fall short of that score here. But as you said, the goal was the journey. Get here, perform, learn, enjoy. 89.84 for Dania and Theo. And with a total competition score 149.74, that'll put them in first place. It was second scores for the free dance, but overall they're in first. I just love to see the joy. I just love it. Our next team, they represent the United States of America. Jasmine Robertson and Chase Roner.
Representing the United States.
Jasmine and Chase securing their participation at this Junior Grand Prix final with the win that they took in Varese, Italy, and there they showcased such passion in performance in their free dance.
94.44, season's best in the free dance. They're skating the second team to Notre Dame de Paris.
C'est une histoire qui a pour lieu Paris la belle au nom de Dieu 1482 Histoire d'amour. Les artistes anonymes de la sculpture ou de la rime tenteront de vous la transcrire pour les siècles à venir. Il est venu le temps des cathédrales, le monde est entré dans un nouveau millénaire. L'homme a voulu monter vers les étoiles, écrire son histoire dans le verre ou dans la pierre. Mes amis les gargouilles qui veillent sur toi. chanson, mon cri, ma raison, ma folie, ma passion, mon pays, ma prison, ma patrie.
Les amis des Gargouilles sont aussi mes amis. C'est elles qui me font rire le jour quand je m'ennuie.
Dans ma maison à moi, il fait toujours beau. L'hiver il fait moins froid, l'été il fait moins chaud. Tu viendras quand tu veux, quelle que soit la saison. Ma maison si tu veux, ce sera ta maison.
Ce sera ma maison.
Qui est celui-là qui se cache là-bas? Ce monstre n'est-il pas celui qu'on élira? C'est lui qu'on élira, c'est lui qu'on élira. Le pape des fous. Dans son
Well, representing the United States of America, Jasmine Robertson and Chase Roner now mark the fall at the start of the program. Just basic skating at the beginning maybe affected the energy.
Oh, undoubtedly. Such a disappointing start for Jasmine Robertson and Chase Roner. And first of all, my heart goes out to them because that is the worst possible way to start a program. But my mind respects them so much in the way in which they handled and conducted themselves following that, because you couldn't wish for, or you couldn't, nightmare a worse start to a free dance, and yet they got up and they pushed and attacked throughout the rest of this performance. And I really love the program. It just, as you say, doesn't quite have the same impact.
And you never fall in a place like that. Let's take a look. I'm not sure if we'll see that in the replay here, but it was so unexpected. It wasn't on a difficult element, but it took the two of them down, and then they had to skate the rest of the way with that on their minds. And there's another little, that was another little fall,
That a tough call by the tech panel. It's being reviewed now as to whether or not that too was a fall, and in which case that would have given a 3-point deduction for Jasmine and Chase. So today, not great. Positives to me, the difficult entry that they have into their twizzles is my favorite across juniors and seniors. The split jumps, super cool. Also the choreo character step that they have, some brilliant stuff. The double knee slide, the difficult connection is a brilliant, brilliant piece. I really, really enjoy it. Just, I mean, a skate like that is not going to warrant a good score, but behind that is a team that, this is the first year together. They've made the final, and they have the potential to return next year and be medalists.
As I always say, you never plan for this, you never want this, but mostly in your career, you do need these. You don't want them, right? They should, but you cannot skate perfect and clean all the time. These things teach you something down the road. They're disappointing at the moment for sure, but they're going to pave a better pathway. And it just, that's the way you have to look at it, because in reality, that's the way it is.
And I suppose for us, objectively looking at it, this is a team worth pursuit. This is certainly, they have talent, potential, and a great look together to push beyond this disappointing day.
Yeah, exactly. 79.85 is their score. That is third. Their personal best, or season best, was 94.44, so far short of that. The total competition score 140.29. With this team currently in third place. And it is experience gained that will pay dividends down the road. but not in the feelings of today. There are the standings so far after the first 3 teams. 3 more to come after the jump introduction. We'll see how these teams react as they come out. Some look right at the camera, some do a little dance, some just walk to the ice.
Well, I bet we'll see something from the final team.
Yeah, exactly. Our first team representing France, Amber Perrier, Giassini, and Samuel Blanc-Clapperman. Pretty casual.
Yeah,
Calm.
composed.
Yeah. And representing Ukraine, Irina Pegena and Artem Koval. Little more presentation. And the leaders after the rhythm dance, Hanna Maria Abouen and Daniel Veselukin from the United States. Oh, okay, here we go. That's hilarious. Wake up, come on.
Well, she is inhabiting the role of a sculpture, the goddess Nike, that's brought to life. So perhaps that's the introduction. You know what, there's going to have to be a timer for some of the teams to put on there before they get out there, because the ISU's time schedule is pretty tight.
Yeah.
Skaters, please start your
They're getting creative.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's part of the show, I love it.
Just don't want to them get in trouble for taking too long, that's all.
Just a bit of a pause on that one. You can see the scores pretty close between 4th and 5th skaters in this currently ranked 2nd and 3rd, so there could be a change there. We'll have to wait and see. You need to skate clean and solid, let the rest work itself out. You don't want to have any major mistakes.
And actually, you could just see on her hand there from Amber Perrier Giassini, the ring that she always wears. It's the ring that her grandmother gave her. And it's her lucky charm. She said her grandma is her guardian angel looking down. She's using that as courage. And she said that for this team, she and Samuel trying to joke before each skate, trying to just make the energy calm, composed, and jovial, because of course they, like all the other teams, are feeling the pressure now as they contend for a medal. But they showcase here in warm-up distinctly strong skating skills within their circular step sequence that they are warming up. And there, Irina Pegena and Artem Koval, they love this free dance. They're passionately proud of it. And interestingly, this team, having just finished off the podium both last year in Grenoble at the Junior Grand Prix final 12 months ago and the World Championships earlier this year, want to do what their choreographers have done and get a Junior World Championship medal, like Alexandra Nazarova and Maxim Nikitin, who choreographed this free dance for them. Of course, the color that they want, though, is to be decided. I'm sure they're after gold. But in order to achieve gold for the Ukrainian team, they would have to usurp Hanna Maria Abouen and Daniel Veselukin from the United States of America. They are really on fire and advancing in the Junior Grand Prix standings. They were super strong in the rhythm dance, in this concept behind their free dance, that of her, the goddess Nike, the unique theme choice that suggests the high aspirations that the team has. They're not going with conventional or easy interpretation as young juniors. They are pushing themselves. And I think, as I said, throughout the series when we saw them compete earlier this year, Ted, they're drawing in as many resources as possible. They've been working with Oksana Grishuk, 1984 and 1998 Olympic champion. And I think, as I mentioned it during the series, that the costume that she wears for this free dance, that akin to Marina Klimova, the 1992 Olympic champion. And I think that this team is well educated in the history of ice dance as they aspire to become history makers themselves.
Well, there's so much to learn and so much to do that there's very little time. So I don't want to use this word lightly at all, but having an obsession about detail, about wanting to learn your craft, about spending the time on every small detail. It doesn't have to be really physically demanding, but you have to look at every corner in order to unveil and find those little nuances that make you from good to great.
Yeah, and you know, for the ice dancers, success is most hooked upon foundational, good quality skating skills, the way in which each of the teams strokes the ice, the way in which they push and cover with each glide. But once that is embedded enough, then it's as you say, it's the layering of presentation, of concepts, of storytelling, and of intricacy in the difficult transitions. And certainly these teams, the top 3 teams in this Junior Grand Prix final, the best of the best, are trying to do this.
So question, as a coach and you're working with your team to improve the skating quality, basic skating quality, the skaters don't always feel that they're improving, but the coach can see it. That's a conflict in the mind of the skaters saying, I don't feel any different. But clearly they are.
Well, one of the hardships for the coaches will always be to try to continue to inspire the students to keep doing basic skating at a better level, because it is the endless repetition of pursuing more quality of push and stroke that the coaches know will give success, but young teenagers are less excited to do.
But remember, the coach coaches by sight and the skaters skate by feel. And if what the coach is seeing and what the skaters are feeling does not match, then that's not always easy for the coach to sort of get the message across. They may have to change their verbiage, if you will. But I was only explaining that as the complication of coaching. It's not easy.
Yeah, and one of the things for the skaters, in terms of the feel and the kinesthetics of the movement, is to feel that when it's physically harder, it's normally better. And that's another hard sell for the coaches.
Absolutely. As we take a look at our next team, representing France, Sambra Perrier-Giacchini and Samuel Blanc-Klapperman.
On the ice,
And Amre and Samuel have explained that they've been focusing on their connection and their storytelling this season, and they feel that they've grown as a team, hoping to showcase it in the Junior Grand Prix final.
A 96.63 season's best in the free dance. They will skate to the legend of Tarzan. Well, Mark, in a certain way, a difficult program to skate to. They had to put their mind and emotion into the jungle, into the Tarzan character to begin, and they had to carry it all the way through the program, and I think they did that very well.
Yes, and Amproperia, Giannassini, and Samuel Blanc-Clapperman really showcasing some brilliant quality. And you know, French ice dance has produced so many greats, renowned for their deep knees and deep edges, and it originates for much of it. Of course, we've seen so many great teams coming from the Ice Academy of Montreal and Canada, but that lineage originated, to my mind, in Lyon with Muriel Zazui, and she, the coach responsible for this team. And you see all of that fundamental quality that has gained success for other teams, definitely in Ombre and Samuel.
I don't know where it was. I think it was in Baku, and we did an interview with this team and spoke with them. They're so delightful. They have such wonderful personalities, and you can see they were completely engulfed in this character here to the music of Tarzan.
And for me, the choreo character step sequence was so brilliantly executed. And here, it's, you know, it's a hard style to do a grimace, but this facial expression, the investment that they're showcasing, will be rewarded in the presentation from the judges and in the grade of execution for the choreo character step. Good connection between the two skaters that we can see here as well. Twizzles were later in the program. No,
A little out of sync. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But look at Samuel as well. Then here, Ambre, even in the rotational left, there's an expression, there's a commitment to the expression. And of all the expressions that, you know, the skaters have to give, Tarzan's a unique one. Tarzan's a unique choice that you were touching on.
That was my point, yeah. Not easy, but they did a great job.
And I know I reference it often, but the judges' criteria is about investment, and every single one of those slow motions showed
they were invested, that's for sure. Wow. Well, Ambra, Perrier, Giannassini, and Samuel Blanc-Clapperman, their season's best was 96.63. We'll see how close they come to that with this free dance. The commitment to the character and the technical elements, all pretty good GOE scores, adding to the base value. 95.93, just a bit shy of their season's best. That is first in the free dance with a total competition score of 158.28, and that will put them, at least for the moment, into first place.
They have a medal, and coaches Marianne de l'Ascension and Emi Harai celebrate the success of their students.
Slaps him on the knee. That was great. Here we go. Our next team. They represent Ukraine. Irina Pegena and Artem Koval.
On the ice, representing Ukraine.
And Irina and Artem have some amazing acrobatic feats and tricks and transitions through this free dance, which they are so proud of.
And they'll skate to the Sparkling Diamond, Crazy and Rolling. Welcome to Moulin Rouge.
Ladies and gentlemen, bohemians and artists, coquettes and boulevardiers, may I present to us the one and only
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might desert me. Diamonds are forever and ever and ever.
I was out of touch, but it wasn't because I didn't know. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
Well, Mark, good energy throughout the program. Choreo step right at the end. Maybe just a little off coming off the boards there. Not a big deal, not a deduct or anything. As we take a look at the GOEs, very good GOE for all their technical elements adding to the score, the base value. But we will see how close they come. They have a 98.44 personal best. We'll see how close they come to that.
And Irina Pegina and Artem Koval from Ukraine, such a tall, striking team. And the earlier section of this free dance, the speed, the power, and the ice coverage on the 1 foot turns, so impressive. I love this team. I love the coach, and I love all that they have done to continue to push Ukrainian ice dance. I think comparative to the team that have just competed, it was it had some great transitional content, some great highlights, but it's a more open hold, the less difficulty in terms of the relationship to one another and where they build speed. So from a composition perspective, the connection between and within the elements might.
We've seen this program done better. We have seen this program done better. I mean, this is good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think the other factor being that the penultimate element, the twizzles, they were a little bit out of sync there. So just a little bit more time in the oven ahead of the World Championships when they want to contend for gold. Yeah, I so enjoy the team. I so respect this team. Yeah. And as we look back, getting to see some great tricks and highlights.
You know, one of the challenges for us is we get to know these young people.
Yes.
And we love them all. They're so wonderful. And the juniors, such a close-knit family.
But
our job is to analyze what happens on that day.
It's so true, because then, for me, with Irina and Artem, knowing all they've gone through, knowing that they've relocated, I think I'll give them all the points, all the golds. But we know that obviously this team, they want to be front runners this season. And they now nervously wait, you know, hands clasped.
Well, they need a 94.86 at least to keep the lead, or to take the lead. We'll see how close they come to that. They're going to be short of their season's best for sure. The score for the free dance, 92.79. That is third in the free dance with a total competition score of 156.22. And that will put them currently in a second place with one team to come. They have a medal, but they dropped from silver to bronze.
56.22. They are currently at second place.
They're happy. Our final team represent the United States of America. Hannah Maria Abouen and Daniel Veselukin.
On the ice, Representing the United States
Such
of
dynamism already before they start this program. She, the goddess Nike, he, the sculptor that brings her to life in this free dance.
Now this is a dynamic team. They have 100.41 season's best, and we'd love to deliver that and more right now. Well, I know, Mark, you'll break down the technical side of this in just a little bit, but right off the top of the program, power and speed then flow throughout the program.
Yes, Hannah Maria Aboyan and Daniela Meslukin from the United States of America really delivering in their free dance, and that performance just cements now the concept that they are the front runners on the junior ranks this season. It wasn't perhaps as crisp and tight as I think I've seen of them in practice, and there was a little occasion where I thought before the twizzles where they were maybe rushing a little. Twizzles also not as comfortable as we've seen from them, but nevertheless, even with the mistakes, they they've done so much work in the off-season to show progression that they're still the class of the field, as their coaches Melissa and Dennis all share a hug together.
As you know, as I felt the power and the speed and the flow throughout the program was there, but there was a little push and pull, if you will, a little bit off here and there in the program.
Yes, I agreed. But even from the outset, we see the choreographic spinning movement, their choice of choreographic element. You see an athlete that has such amazing range of flexibility, and that a huge attribute to create quality success in ice dance. And here, I just thought there was a drop of the free leg. That's a leg feature that has to be sustained. But look at the sit spin position from Daniil there, so low, so extended with the right leg. And the thing that I think is so fascinating is that they're only, 15 and 18, some of the youngest in the event, but this idea, the goddess, Nike, it's just giving you the sense that they have eyes set in even bigger things than the junior ranks.
You can see that Hannah Maria has a flair for the emotion, the presentation, the connection to the music, the grandeur of the moment.
She's very special. She really is. And you know what? Big shout out again to Melissa Gregory and Dennis Pechagov. They were in the coaching staff of the last junior world champions, Noemi Tali and Noah Lafornara, and they're doing such a brilliant job enlisting not just their own experience as coaches, but others to embellish and support the teams as well. Great work.
Well, they have 100.41 is their season's best. They might come close to that. They only need a 91 to take this title. And they're going to be way clear of that here with a 98.68. Freelance, they're the champions. Clearly, little error, mess up there. 165.45. They are the junior Grand Prix champions here in Nagoya.
Oh, her hairpiece is
everything's falling apart here at the Kissing Cry. They're having a great time.
And you know what? They're all so well styled. Yeah. That shows how much they care about winning.
Oh, I love it when you see those reactions. I expected a good one, but not one like that. That was awesome.
Well, actually, Hannah and Daniil, not just brilliant in the skating, but they've given the best intro out to the ice as well.
True, that's true. That's true. They understand the performance, acting performance side of this beautiful sport.
And these couples now, they could be, a story to watch and unfold. These teams are likely, we hope, to continue to compete against each other internationally for many seasons, from junior into senior. So good to see that they're already respecting and supporting one another.
And I think that's where the Junior Grand Prix has really been good, because it brings the families together. And as they grow up and go along and move from junior to senior, they remember that they started together.
Yes.
And they keep that for their careers, both in junior and in senior. It's very special as we take a look at the standings after the junior free dance, and after this event comes the senior free dance. So much more to come. Okay, now you're getting nervous, aren't you? Right?
Too true.
I got to calm him down
before
we move forward with the senior free dance. That's going to be exciting, of course. Because I guess we will hear from the champions. So they are. Step aside.
Well, once again, congratulations, Hannah Maria Boy and Daniel Boucher here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. So while we saw such a wonderful performance here in the Wonder Grand Prix Finals, how do you feel right now? とても素晴らしい演技で見事優勝しましたお二人に気持ちを聞いていきたいと思います。それではまずお言葉いただきましょう。
I feel incredible. Thank you to everyone in the audience, the amazing spectators, for all the support showed and everything. It was incredible. The stadium is beautiful, and I'm really happy that we could compete here.
本当に素晴らしい大会でした。観客の皆さんにもサポートしていただき本当にありがとうございますという気持ちです。この素晴らしい会場でこの結果が出て本当に嬉しく思います。
So what about you, Daniel? How do you feel right now? So Daniel さんにも聞いてみましょう。How do you feel right now?
Feels great to be here. It's a beautiful arena, magnificent people here. We're really thankful to the whole audience and everyone who came to watch and everyone who watched online. it's just great, and I'm feeling amazing. It was just beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. 本当にこの素晴らしいアリーナで演技することができて本当に素晴らしく思いますし、とても楽しかったです。観客の皆さんともエネルギーを共有できたので本当に嬉しく思っています。素晴らしい大会でした。
And for the last question, you see a lot of Japanese fans out here, and they were so excited. So, how do you say about that? Any message to the Japanese fans? 日本の皆さんたくさん今日来てくれました。最後皆さんにもメッセージをいただきたいと思います。お願いします。
ありがとうございます。
Well, once again, congratulations, the winner, Isis, Hannah Maria Boy, and Daniel Vashohe.
Okay.
おめでとうございました。
Mark, that is cute.
You know what, Hannah, Maria, and Daniel, I think have just amassed a whole following of Japanese fans with that interview.
They're following on the social media with just those numbers are just ticking upward, that's for sure. That's just charming. That is exciting indeed. What a fun event as we move along on the final day of competition. We move forward to the senior free dance, and I know Mark's getting a little stressed out right now. Yeah, you are, because he's so engaged and so involved in the world of dance and the world of skating, and his heart is with all the disciplines, but particularly the ice dance. Take us through this, Mark.
Well, somewhat of a disappointment for Irina Pergina and Artem Koval. They would hope for gold at this event. They come away with a bronze medal, but that their first medal at the Junior Grand Prix final, and hopefully motivation for them to move towards the latter half of the season, toward the Junior World Championships in Tallinn, Estonia. And delight for Umbra Beria, Janicinia and Samuel Blanc-Klapperman. Their Tarzan free dance, quite brilliant, as too was that change of spinning direction in their dance spin, and the changes of movement in this straight line lift that helped them to move up from third place to take the silver medal, continuing the success of so many French ice dance teams over the decades. But it was Hannah Maria Aboin and Daniel Vesluken who continued their dominance. They won the rhythm dance comfortably, and they extended that lead with the win in the free dance as well. And we've just heard from them, and that an opportunity for us to connect with their excitement. You know, we head towards the senior competition next, where there's a whole different type of energy for teams vying for Olympic glory this season. Great to have just heard of the excitement, the innocence of youth in the junior free dance.
Well, great joy and great event here at the junior free dance. Up next, the senior free dance. We'll hope you stay with us. That'll take place in just about 15 minutes.
すいません、カメラと。どこなの？ここか、ここだよ、ここ。イエーイ！みんな見てる？私めっちゃ応援楽しんでます。すごいね。ここに映るんだ。あ、めっちゃ映ってる。映ってる、あっちにも映ってる。